The movie opens in a serene field with a close-up of a flower as a honeybee lands on it. Teddy and Don watch closely. Teddy explains how bees collect pollen and help produce food for humans, but now, something is going terribly wrong. The bees are dying. Don asks why, and Teddy claims it's a conspiracy by the world's largest companies to control the food supply. Teddy goes even further. He believes humans aren't in control of the Earth, aliens or other forces secretly run the world. Convinced of this, he recruits Don as his partner and begins intense training. They run, exercise, and perform unusual drills, preparing to fight the aliens. Teddy instructs Don to cut off all distractions. No gaming, no phones, nothing unless it's for their mission. Though nervous, Don trusts Teddy, who promises, "I do this to protect you." Teddy gives Don a chemical injection designed to suppress their desires, believing aliens manipulate humans through their urges. Elsewhere, Michelle, a seemingly ordinary woman, practices a speech and prepares to go to her office. But Teddy and Don ambush her, convinced she is an alien. Michelle fights back, knocking Don out and injuring Teddy, but eventually, they subdue her using a sedative. They take Michelle to an old house basement. Teddy forces Don to shave her head, claiming aliens use hair as antennas to send signals. They burn her clothes, disable her devices, and apply a cream Teddy says weakens her nervous system. Michelle wakes up bald and restrained, terrified and confused. Teddy claims this is the resistance base and insists she is an alien plotting to enslave Earth. Michelle protests that she is human and a CEO, warning that authorities will come after them. Teddy doesn't listen. He believes she's hiding the truth about alien powers and demands she admit it by the upcoming eclipse. Despite her protests, he pushes her to confess. Days pass, tension rises, and Teddy becomes increasingly aggressive, even torturing Michelle for a confession. She cleverly challenges him, claiming he's deluded by online misinformation and insisting aliens don't exist. The next day, Teddy takes Michelle to the dining room and ties her to a chair. He serves dinner and starts talking, but Michelle is badly injured and can barely speak. Teddy asks her why she killed the bees. Michelle explains that bees do so much for humans selflessly. Without them, people would lose their food supply. Humans only exploit them. She then strangely adds that the bees will return in even greater numbers. Michelle suddenly changes the topic and tells Teddy that she knows him and his mother. She says his mother was a test patient. The medicine was meant to help people quit drugs, but it failed. Hearing this, Teddy becomes furious and shouts, "Don't say her name, you killed her." Michelle replies that they paid for the mistake, but Teddy yells that money can't fix it. Enraged, he starts choking her. Don tries to stop Teddy, but Michelle kicks him away and attempts to escape. Suddenly, a car stops outside. It's the same police officer from earlier. The police had searched everywhere except Teddy's house. Noticing Teddy's nervous behavior, they grow suspicious. Downstairs, Don guards Michelle with a gun. Michelle tries to warn him, saying Teddy is hurting him and dragging him down a dark path. Don asks, "Are you really an alien?" Michelle admits, "Yes." Don then asks if she has a spaceship. Michelle says she does and promises to take him with her if he lets her go. Don isn't sure whether Michelle is lying. He doesn't want to fight Teddy, so he says something unexpected, "Tell Teddy I love him." He places the gun to his neck and shoots himself. His blood splatters onto Michelle. The officer hears the gunshot. He realizes something is wrong. Before he can investigate, Teddy attacks him from behind and kills him. Teddy then runs downstairs and sees that his brother is dead. Devastated and furious, he picks up the gun and points it at Michelle. He is about to shoot her, but she stops him, saying, "We have the cure, and your mother is alive." Teddy is shocked. Michelle explains that his mother isn't dead, she's just changing. She reveals that the medicine was actually an alien experiment designed to upgrade human genes. She says she has an antidote in her car that can wake his mother. Teddy doesn't believe her, but Michelle tells him to go and see for himself. She gives him the hospital details where his mother is being kept. Before leaving, Teddy breaks Michelle's leg so she can't escape. He gets the antidote and goes to the hospital. When he sees his mother, he realizes Michelle was telling the truth. She is still alive, but in a coma. Believing the antidote will save her, Teddy acts without thinking and injects it into his mother's fore, hoping she will wake up. Instead, the machines begin beeping loudly, and his mother dies in agony. Teddy realizes that Michelle betrayed him and destroyed his last hope. He is completely broken. Back at home, Michelle takes the keys from Don's body and frees herself. She checks Teddy's computer and discovers his research, photos and data about the disease. Shocked by what she finds, she chooses to wait for Teddy instead of escaping. When he returns, she asks him how many aliens he has killed. Teddy remains silent, so Michelle begins speaking in a completely different tone. She tells him the history of Earth. It's the night of the eclipse. Michelle brings Teddy to her office. She enters a code into a calculator, calling it a device, then points to a cupboard, revealing a teleporter. Teddy says, "I'll go first. I don't trust you. I think you'll leave me behind." Michelle agrees and sends Teddy in. But Teddy has his own plan. He intends to destroy the teleporter to protect humanity from the aliens. As Michelle activates the machine and the countdown begins, a massive explosion erupts. Michelle is knocked unconscious, and the office is completely destroyed. Michelle later wakes up in an ambulance. She hears that the bomber has vanished. Upon hearing this, she rips out her 4 lines, jumps out of the ambulance, and rushes back to her office. The closet is still standing. She steps inside. Suddenly, it begins to glow and then disappears. The scene cuts to a spaceship, where Michelle arrives. We see other aliens surrounding her. She stands before their leader and presents her report. They conclude that humans are still foolish and self-destructive, just like Teddy, who ultimately killed himself. The aliens ask why she lost contact. Michelle explains that her hair was shaved off, which cut the signal. Teddy had been right, her hair was an antenna. Now, Michelle is given a new mission, to wipe out all humans. She walks over to a machine and presses a button. Back on Earth, an energy wave spreads across the planet. Wherever it passes, humans collapse and die. It happens silently. Soon, the entire world is quiet. All humans are gone, leaving only animals behind. During the credits, we see a bee resting on a flower. Just as Michelle told Teddy, the bees have returned in great numbers. Her words come true. Without humans, the world begins to heal, and the movie ends in a world without people.